What's good, everybody, and welcome to Andromeda, where creators, innovators, collectors, and dummies come to learn about the latest news and trends in the NFT space with Kev. Today, we have a very special guest. We have Rex, who is a top creature holder, consider him a creature well, who was 21 years old and a freshman in college. So, Rex, without further ado, introduce who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Okay, first, I'll correct that a little bit. I'm currently 18, not
18.
21, but I have 21 creatures right now. So that's where you might have mixed things up. So I'm 18 right now. I was born in LA. I was raised in Taiwan, and then I'm here for college. And so a little bit more about me is I was always into investing. Before I got into NFTs, I was into stocks, crypto, options, these types of things. Corona really brought me into the space of investing. What got me into NFTs was, I would say, Cool Cats and my cousins, because they were into NFTs. Before that, I thought it was very stupid because I thought I could just right click save. Because coming from the outside and looking in, you only see the money that's part of the NFTs, not the community, not the brand you can make of yourself. So yeah, that's all you can see.
The interesting thing you said two things I want to talk about. First is Cool Cats. Cool Cats is we consider blue chip in NFT space. And then you mentioned creating a brand out of NFT. So first I want to know what attracted you to Cool Cats?
So in the world right now, there's a lot of cute art that everyone knows about, like Hello Kitty or maybe SpongeBob. So I kind of felt like this Cool Cats thing had a potential to be something like that. It was very eye-catching to me. So I had some money to play around with, and I was like, why not? These things look cute. I got one, and then I was kind of hooked because I joined the Discord. I looked at the Twitter. People were getting huge because they had NFTs in their profile pictures. So I wanted to be a part of that. So that goes with building the brand. So if you have an NFT, you can build your own personal brand around that NFT. So when people see that picture, they know it's you. So back then I had a Cool Cat, a ninja Cool Cat that was always my profile picture. And that's how people recognized me.
Yeah. Awesome. So the reason we're doing this podcast is because we're both creatures. We love the creatures. We love Danny. We love the whole thing that's going on with creatures. And I thought it was pretty cool to do a podcast with a creature well. So I want to know, what made you go all in on creatures? What was your vision? What did you see that most of us didn't see, at least to, go all in on it?
Okay, so getting 21 creatures definitely costs a lot of money, but the difference between maybe someone that just came in with money and me is I started with $4,000 where I got 6 Cool Cats, and then I basically sold and traded all of them into creatures. So that meant that when things go downhill, I don't panic as much because I started with only 4,000. So what made me go from 6 Cool Cats to 21 creatures was mainly Danny Cole. I felt like I could connect with this founder, that he's only 21 and he's this guy that is he's very laid back. He loves to meme. And when I first got 3 to 5 creatures, he was already there following my Twitter back and engaging with my posts. So I felt like, oh, this Danny guy, he doesn't have this huge ego because he has a founder. He connects with everyone in the community. So that's the first reason I went into creatures, because I feel like good things come from the top down, and Danny is definitely that.
Agreed.
Second is I love Gary Vee, and seeing him being bullish on Danny is, I think he has 51 creatures. So seeing that, I'm not only betting on Danny, or investing in Danny, I'm also investing in Gary Vee's vision, I feel like.
Cole, this artist and his team, I'm like, these young fucking hustlers are going to do it. This is very public. Here's a push for creatures. Here's my push. I'll give you my whole playbook of why I'm going to fucking win the whole NFT thing. Be friends, investing, the whole nine. Danny and his crew have it. I've seen it before. I've seen it in Maverick and LeBron's eyes from afar. I didn't really know them at the earliest stages. I saw it in Scooter Braun's face from the early get. I fucking have seen it. I saw it in Zux's face. I saw it in Sokka's face. I saw it in Alexis Ohanian's face, I know what it looks like. These fuckers have it.
100%.
So, so those are two reasons. Third reason, this one is pretty big as well. So in the NFT space, you see all these different animal projects like Zup Ducks, Cool Cats, Gutter Cats, Bored Apes. It's just all these animals. And I feel like creatures really stand out. You can see from like the background of the creatures, there's like right now, there's a world behind me. There's like playgrounds and stuff. But for other projects, it's usually just a plain color. So I think that really separates creatures from everyone else.
Exactly. And that right there is one of the main reasons I was interested in creatures, was because it wasn't a puppy, it wasn't a cat, it wasn't a monkey, it wasn't, the traditional profile mania that was going on. It was, oh shit, this is actually pretty unique, and this is actual art. It's not just a random monkey being generated. So that really attracted me to creatures. Another thing that really attracted me to creatures, I would say, is the community that I've seen and witnessed on Twitter. I don't know if every time I logged in on Twitter, it seemed like a creature was trending on my timeline, and that was really attractive to me. And the nail in the coffin was not Shaq, but I was on the Twitter Spaces one time, and kind of like you, Gary was like, "I really believe in Danny." They used to hang out. They hung out together and all that good stuff.
I saw the picture.
And if Gary, who's an early investor in Coinbase, early investor in Twitter, early investor in
like
Snap,
Facebook
and all these big platforms, I am inclined to listen to a lot of what he has to say, because he knows a lot more than me. So all those factors combined, obviously there's other things Gary talks about that I don't invest in, but all the factors combined that made me say I really like the creatures, and I went and got one.
That's what I think too.
But
he has like a lot of knowledge on things that can change the world, investing in things that can change the world, like Facebook with its social media, Snapchat, Twitter. So now he's betting on NFTs, and he said like 95% of projects will go down to zero. So I'm guessing he's investing in the projects that he thinks will not go to zero, and Danny's Creaute World is one of them.
With the Zero project, I think it's very interesting. Now that we talk about that, is to how we methodically approach this space, because I do believe in a crash. Every project will be hit hard, So I think it's very interesting how he's been. If you've been following Gary, he's been stressing out a lot about, hey, invest money you could afford to lose. Hey, most of these projects will fail, which I kind of get that, because there's a lot of cash grabs. There's a ton of cash grabs of people just making these projects just to make them. But that's why I also focus on the vintage NFTs, the NFTs that it doesn't matter what's happening, they will always have some type of historical significance in the world. And as time and as this space becomes more bigger and more mainstream, these NFTs will continue to gain value because of how early and how historical they were.
As in vintage, do you mean like the old ones, like Crypto Kitties, Crypto Punks?
Yeah,
like those older.
Okay, gotcha. Mainly like the Ether Lambos. I really love that community. I'm all in on Curio, kind of like how you're all in on creatures. Yeah, I went all in on Curio, and a couple of those older ones from 2018 and 2017, and even dating back to Bitcoin. I got a couple of Pepes and all that good stuff. But to kind of bring this back to full circle, bro. So you started with 4,000, and you had 6 cool cats, you said?
Yeah, I was able to get, I flipped a little bit, but basically I got 6 cool cats from my flipping.
Yeah.
And that's where I started holding long term, because like I found out that this space, like I experienced one of those drops, and I was like, I got to be careful. I got to have my money in like blue chip projects, basically.
Oh, tell us about that. Because how long have you been in this space, and what was the first dip that you experienced?
Well, I came in this space not too long ago, actually. It was July, which is, some people still say that it's early somehow.
It is pretty early. Yeah, it is pretty early.
That's when Cool Cats dropped. It was July 1st, I think. So I did get, I had about 3 Cool Cats, and then I had some of these other ones called Rurus. It's called RURUS. I love the art, but the floor price is not doing too well. But yeah, so I experienced a dip there, and there just wasn't any like buying volume, and then it was very illiquid, and people just kept like a lot of undercutting. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I have to switch all of them. So with the 4,000, I bought 3 Rurus for 0.03 ETH, and then at that time, Cool Cats and Rurus floor, they were both 0.5 ETH, and I traded
Wow.
3 Rurus for 3 Cool Cats from the owners of Cool Cats, like the founders.
Yeah.
And then now Cool Cats floor is like 10 ETH, and not to shed on Ruru, but their floor is I think like 0.1 ETH.
So do you still own any Cool Cats?
Nah, I rode Cool Cats up to 10 to 15 ETH, and then I traded them all down to not down, but like traded
them for
creatures.
Yeah. Wow. So
Yeah.
I think so. Let me ask you this: a couple big things are coming up for NFTs. You know, Twitter profile verifications. They're exploring different things like a Ethereum check, hexagon profile picture. They're exploring different verifications for NFTs. I want to know, how do you feel about that, and how do you feel about Coinbase coming up with their NFT marketplace?
So the Twitter verification thing, I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm not sure how 100% that will work, because someone could just mint their own CryptoPunk, and then like verify it.
Yep.
But then I don't think that many people would go through that, or I'm not sure, but I think it's definitely in the right direction. Because right now I have a lot of these like Bored Apes that are following me, and then I check their following count. It's like 1 to 5. So I'm like, this is probably fake, but if it's a real one, I would want to follow back. I'm just not sure. And then for Coinbase, I feel like the Coinbase market will bring a lot of money in. It might not be like large money, but that was one of the reasons I switched to creatures as well, because I feel like Cool Cats are like super high priced already. These Coinbase people might not be able to just throw 10 ETH into an NFT.
100%.
So yeah, it's just yesterday's Gary V, Coinbase, Danny Cole Spaces. They talked about how there was only a few thousand active buyers in OpenSea, like these decentralized, MetaMask basically. So he said, imagine having 500,000 wallets ready to buy, and these are like degenerates that are like coming in. So he says, expect your NFT value or floor price to double when that happens.
Wow.
And those are the words from Gary V. And I do expect that, and I think it's in the right direction, because right now, MetaMask is super confusing to like newcomers, even 100%. Ethereum in general.
Yeah.
Like when people buy into NFTs, they have to buy Ethereum, and a lot of normies, like people who don't know about NFT crypto, they don't even know what Ethereum is.
Yeah.
So they have to learn about Ethereum first, then they have to go through the journey of getting into.
It's a steep learning curve.
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
So with Coinbase, it'll make things easier.
100%.
And they got a lot of money.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Like most people I know and everybody I know got their crypto in their first crypto investment through Coinbase. So I feel the same exact thing is going to happen with everybody I know is going to get their first NFT through Coinbase as well. So the creature journey, where do you see this thing going? I know Danny's a man of riddles. What is your prediction? What do you see ahead? So
this is very hard to say, but so I think it'll be very unique, something we have never seen in the NFT space before. Danny said it's the first NFT project where you can, I think, feel as one with your art piece. So do you know how the mint went? I think you had to go through like a game to, I don't know if you were there for the mint.
I was not there for the mint.
You had to go through a journey for the mint. So you couldn't just buy the journey. You have to play this little game and I think you had to get through the journey to be able to mint one of these creatures.
Okay.
So Danny says he's been going through the journey multiple times. So I feel like it's going to be an experience. And then maybe when you get to the end of the journey, you'll get something. I'm not sure. But he says you can take every creature that you have on to the journey. So so if you have 2 creatures, you can take both your creatures on the journey. And then also he gave a leak saying once the journey starts, you can't look back. So because someone was asking, if someone buys a creature late, will they be able to start the journey again? Danny says you can't look back. So I'm guessing it'll be when you buy the creature, you'll be in the middle of the journey already or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind. I don't know what he's gonna do, but the thing he did with the creature playground, where you had to form teams.
You had to form team. Yep.
I feel like that was very unique. Where you had to
So innovative. Yep. So innovative.
It's insane in this space where scams are everywhere, and he decided to do this thing where you had to trust each other, and it really made the community very strong. So I'm definitely thinking it's going to be very unique. That's for sure. But I'm hoping it works the holders. Actually, I hope it's not just some random thing that people come on and experience this journey, because we're all investors, to be honest, and we want
100%.
something for holding it.
100%.
So yeah, what are you thinking what the journey might be?
I'm completely curious in a way that I see a lot of people. I was on a space yesterday when the dude was like saying how deep into research he went. I don't do that. I more so just bet on the jockey. I think Danny's is an absolute genius. I loved what he did with the whole creature playground. I'm like, I'm gonna let this man, I'm gonna join the spaces. I don't get the riddles. I'm not gonna try to solve the riddles. I'm just going to be along for the ride. And whatever he does, I'll be happy with, because at the end of the day, like you said, we are investors. And I think a lot of people look at NFTs as, JPEGs, but it's not. We are crowdfunding whole businesses that are basically in brands that are basically about to take off. So I think Danny has a lot of
capitalists.
Venture capitalists. There we go. Danny has a lot of cool ideas and things, and maybe Creature World might be a movie one day. Who knows where it's going to go? But all I know is I believe in whatever he has in his mind.
And the details they put into the merch. I feel like this creature thing can become like so big. It can be
worldwide.
A clothing brand. Yeah, skating, so many things. Yeah,
and I think that's the way for a lot of NFTs. Doodles, cool cats, creatures, apes. We're so early. It's only the year 2021. Most of these projects are not even a year. None of these projects are even a year old yet. So that being said,
to think about that.
Yeah, it's so, imagine apes in 5 years, in 10 years. Imagine creatures in the next 15 years. Who knows how these projects evolve over time? But like Gary says, be thoughtful on how you invest. It's so easy to get trapped in the penguin or the Cancun or whatever, the bird. Be methodical, be thoughtful, because as easy as it goes up, it can come crashing down. But Rex, any final thoughts you want to leave the audience with?
Okay, I kind of want to add on to that, where we're venture capitalists. So you're wearing a Nike jacket right now. So I feel like we could be investing in like Nike when they just first started for the first 3 months. Like, it has the potential to go that big.
100%.
That creature is just not just clothing, so it can be even way bigger. Like it's got that, Bape, right? It's got that vibe to it, to the clothing, and then so that could be just part of creatures.
100%.
And then there's just so much more, and there's so much potential. I feel like the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And Danny just got to deliver, because the art is on point. Everything else is they just got to do it right.
Yeah. And the icing on the cake is one thing I really like is he's not trying to be the next version of punks, or he's not trying to be the next version of apes, which I feel like majority of these projects are trying to do. They're just trying to recreate what the punks did, or trying to recreate what the apes did. Me personally, I do not invest in any replicas. I don't like it. It's like, for me, it's just a cash grab. So I like how he's just basically did his own thing and went his own path, and is really going off of art.
I like to add on to that. So the reason I got into Cool Cats, because I felt like they're the king of this cute art. I feel like there's so many under that, and there's so many things that are trying to get like Bored Ape style type of art. I just feel like, I'm not about that. So, and creatures just really stand out in their own lane, and that's where I'm going with my investment.
Rex, I'm gonna see you on Twitter. It was absolutely amazing. Good luck with your creature investing, and see you on the journey. We're out.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on.